challenge on Milanzi. So this is how it happened, and in the end I think I didn't quite see the foul there, did you?
I think there was an intended shed pull, but I'm sure he missed the player and the player went down. So maybe from behind, the referee thought there was a shed pull when the defender went down. But from that replay, you could see that he was not touched.
Yes, indeed. And United restart the formula. Chicken in, very strong on the ground. I thought Chicken in had advantage, but Patrick Kalota decided otherwise. He said it's going to be a free kick. Kolani Ndlovu to take it. Kolani Ndlovu looks around to try and find a free gold and black jersey. There aren't many. Caps United are closing their opponents down. A long ball is played inside the area, headed downwards by Genius, finding Voa. Voa turns one way, lays it wide on the far side. Mangaira turns it back. Ball through, but cleared away by Kangwa. And in the end, Manokore loses possession. The shot comes in, missed out by the goalkeeper. He was surprised by the sudden arrival of the ball, and in the end, he just parried it away. The Caps United are safe, but they must watch this young man here. Brighton Makopa, he's got an eye for goal.
He's got an eye for goal, and remember, he's well known this season for scoring 4 goals past Kwekwe United, and those are the only 4 goals he has scored so far. And the goalkeeper nearly made a mess of it there.
And here comes again another blunder by Donovan Bernard. Very lucky that Mubiala wasn't on hand. Here they come now. Chicken in, restarting the formula. Then it comes on the near side. Ndlovu, Kolani, the captain. And it's played back by Pumilalo Bebe. Wind on the far side as they drift forward slowly. Mabuno, this one headed away. Benyu will pick it up, playing it on the near side, looking for Junior Bunjira. First to arrive is Bebe. Benyu beaten to it, but he reads the game very well, and finally taken away by Milanzi. Looking for Mubiala, easily cleared. Kelvin Mabuno. This one is taken away by Mangaira, taking a shot from afar. He had a rush of blood to his head, and in the end, this one goes out for should be a goal kick, I think. Let's wait and see. Take a look at it again. And this one, it's a goal kick. Long clearance. This one touched away, but doesn't go very far. That was Jaricha. Chikanin will scramble it away. Makotore does well to find his captain. Bamusi trying to work his way past Mangaira. The cross doesn't come. Corner kick will be given. Caps United ready to take that corner. It's a position of danger for Chikanin. The part of the crowd here at Rufaro Stadium enjoying themselves in the VIP stands as the corner is about to be taken. Donovan Bernard just making sure that all his players are in the preordained positions. And in the end, this one is taken away, but Kangwa blasts it off an opponent, Michael Charamba, but he doesn't have the pace. And this one will be taken by the goalkeeper, who plays it very quickly. Here is Bamusi. Then it comes up to Makotore. Good floating ball. Defenders struggle to clear. Still commotion inside the area. Junior Bunjira trying to use his pace and energy, and he succeeds. He does well. Trying to round off Kolani Ndlovu, but he fails. Milanzi to Benyu. Back to Makotore. Giving a lot of work to Bamusi. But the chicken in player for some reason just stumbled and has given possession away. Bamusi once again, Caps United trying to work their way through. And in the end, Mangaira stops it. I think it comes off Bamusi. This is how it happened with the chicken in player slipping at the crucial moment. It was a good looking opportunity, but at the end he's given away the ball. A foul throw, and ref Kalota not happy with it. That will be a Caps United throw this time around. Yes, legendary Zimbabwe international Alois Sabunjira now in the Caps United system. Throw in quickly taken there by United. Another long ball forward, played in hope. This time around it comes back, and the return pass was poor. Mabiala giving away possession. And Caps United need to sharpen their strike force. I think their main problem has been scoring goals. Today they've tried to have a target man in the Congolese player Mubiala. Here comes chicken in now, the Gamecocks with Bebe. And this one all the way to the far side. It goes out of play under the watchful eye of Kadamanja. Brian. Bernard Chidziva, who played long time ago. I was still a school kid at Mukai High School, and he was already a seasoned campaigner, playing as a defender in teams that in Dynamo's team that dominated the scene in those days in the early 70s. Milanzi, dangerous tackle coming in there. That is dangerous, really dangerous. That Brighton Makopa could be in serious trouble here. The referee reaching for his back pocket. I thought he was going to reach for his breast pocket. That would have meant one thing. And lucky that we're not yet using VAR, because that one would have been looked at for a second time. Let's see. Oh, this was dangerous. That was a career-ending tackle, carelessly executed there by Makopa, who is very lucky that the ref is in a good mood today. Desmond Maringwa, another former Dimbare player, got injured at a crucial stage in his career. He was coming to fruition. I mean, everybody thought that this guy was going to be this Zimbabwe captain for a very long time. Desmond Maringwa, that he got injured, never made it back onto the field of play. But he has done quite a lot in finding his way into FIFA structures. He has got a role to play, and they do recognize the fact that he is trying to improve the welfare of soccer players in Africa.
Yeah, which is very good, especially here in Zimbabwe, where some clubs who want to take advantage of players who do know some of the rules. And Desmond Maringwa, taking off his injury, that reminds me also of Samson Churu and Johannes Ngodzo. Those three players, Stanley, to be honest, Zimbabwe were headed for great, yet they not suffered career-threatening injuries.
Yes, indeed. Mubiala now to Bunjira. Lovely ball played through. Mubiala doesn't have the pace. Tries a shot, it goes out of play for a corner. But that was some lovely interplay, and young Bunjira had done extremely well in threading the ball through the lines to find the Congolese player. Look at that. Played it through, but Mubiala doesn't have the pace and was tackled by Mangaira, who is everywhere. This young Mangaira, Lincoln, up and down, and I tell you that they have to watch him. he can inflict some damage. Donovan Bennett busy organizing his defenders in the box. Here comes the corner from Manokore. Goalkeeper has missed it completely. The cross comes back and finally cleared away. Mabunu's ball forward. And in the end, Bebe heads it out of play for a throw-in to Caps United. Caps United have had so much useful possession, but unfortunately, they haven't managed to break the deadlock here. Milanzi preparing to take the throw though.
Yeah, they are not utilizing these half chances coming their way, especially with Bernard, who is looking jittery in front of in goals for Chicken in the Gamecocks. Bernard Donovan, I think his game has taken a nosedive.
Yes, indeed. With 22 minutes gone, it's still 0-0 here at Rufaro Stadium. Junior Unjira picks up possession, leaves it for a midfield partner. The ball, that was Kadamanja. Tulani with a long stretching ball on the far side, picking out Makopa, and in the end this one quickly taken, losing possession so easily. The Gamecocks failing to fasten on to possession. Manokore has found Mubiala, does well to turn away and find Unjira. Unjira has got the energy and the pace, and in the end it comes back to Kolani Ndlovu. Chikanin in possession. Ndlovu lays it short. Here they are, the Gamecocks, trying to work their way upfield. Bebe will play it long to Itai Mabunu. Still inside, the Caps United have the ball played quickly, and in the end it was a foul on Kadamanja. Brian, who's worked himself into the Caps United starting lineup, playing as a centre back now, and some of the fans here enjoying themselves at Rufaro Stadium. Kangwa taking a bit of time, comes back to Bamusi. Manokore does well to play it backwards. Manokore looks like he's comfortable playing in the middle of the park. Benyu chests it down, finds Bamusi, who takes a shot, and once again, corner kick. If only they can make these corner kicks count, Caps United would be talking of 1 or 2 goals to their advantage, but it's still 0-0. Just about 24 minutes played. Manokore ready to dispatch this one into the box. Here comes Manokore with a high one. Bernard misses it completely. It's very surprising that on that occasion, Donovan Bernard was actually, tussling with his own defenders for the ball. Poor communication there.
Yeah, he's not commanding his area very well there, and that's poor communication when you see confusion between goalkeeper and defender, especially in the box. And now they've considered their 5th corner kick, which is very needless. So in terms of corner kick, it's now 5-0. Caps United to the advantage, but they're also not utilizing those set pieces that are coming their way.
Certainly they must make their possession count. Manokore once again ready to dispatch this one. Started off playing in defense for Caps United this season, but he has been pushed upfield by Ian Bakala. This one is headed away. Comes back to Caps United, but the ref blows. I think he has spotted an infringement on a Chicken-in player who is now lying face down. The only one I can't see around is just number 8, Itai Brighton Makopa.
But that was Joseph Tulani.
Joseph Tulani, who was down, yes. Joseph Tulani, who is wearing just number 6. Milanzi Bunjira keeps the ball in possession, or shifts it. And now some shot pulling. Bunjira the first to get up, full of energy, And he's got the ball, and quite rightly the referee awards a free kick. There was a lot of harassment, unfair harassment on the young man, so Kalota has awarded a free kick. Take a look at that. Nearly ripping off his shots, and in the end, Bunjira tried to get up and get on with it, but the ref intervened to say, let's restart. Yeah, some more people keeping themselves warm here at Rufaro Stadium. We do have the sun, but the temperatures are quite low, Willie. And I made the mistake of leaving my jacket in my car as the kick is taken. Donovan picks this one up, and no challenge at all. 0-0 the scoreline as Donovan Bernard prepares to dispatch the kick. At one stage he was the number one Zimbabwe international, but he seems to have fallen down the pecking order. It's now Sekuru Gudo, Washington Arubi playing in South Africa, Martin Mapisa, and a few youngsters that are also knocking on the door for honors. It looks like Donovan Bernard is way down the pecking order in terms of goalkeepers for the national team, Willie.
Yeah, especially also considering there's also another veteran coming back into the fray, that is Elvis Chipezeze. He has been recalled by Michael Nis, and the young Malita was making his debut for Zimbabwe in Morocco against Niger, and he did very well in that game. He was very unlucky to face a penalty, which is the only goal he conceded in the 45 minutes which he played.
Yeah, indeed, that is a good start for young Mali Tawazia in Zimbabwean colors. Chicken in, ready to dispatch this one. Behind it is Michael Charamba. Well, that's no problem for the goalkeeper, Kwaku Odai. And Odai finds Kangwa. Immediately put under pressure, but Manokore will pick it up. Pamosi slips it through back. And Kangwa. Here's Brighton Kadamanja. We've played 31 minutes. Here's a chance now for Chicken in. He's taken it too far. Voa. And the shot has come very nearly. Found its way with Kwaku Odai completely beaten. He wasn't following play, and he must count himself very lucky on this occasion. But that was a sweeping move by Chicken in. And in the end, let's take a look at it. Yes, Makopa took it to the wrong end, but another effort coming in there from Joseph Tulani. He was a bit unfortunate. Look at how close it was. Goal kick by Odai. Benyu, not as dominant today as he was the last time he played here and scored a spectacular goal, and he's brought down. Free kick for Benyu. Confirmation of the scoreline there.
And Stanley, results from other centers. Junior Jason Selemani has scored for SC Platinum, and Shadrach Nyawa of also given Dynamos the lead at Gilbert Stadium. And for Yard, they are not quite sure who scored, but they are leading Herendos by 1-0 at the Hart Stadium.
Shadrach Nyawa again. If you remember, Dynamos has scored only one goal. This time this is the second one, and it's Nyawa. The other goal that they scored was an own goal with an opponent, but a Dynamos player, the only one to have scored is Shadrach Nyawa, a defender for that matter. It actually explains the problems that they have. And the free kick from Kelvin Mangiza, easily taken by Donovan Bernard, who throws to the far side. Long ball forward from the big man at the back, Itai Mabunu. Ball picked up in the middle of the park there. Caps United, Joan Mtuza. Into the center, Bamusi. Looking for Mubiala. Tightly monitored there by Itai Mabunu. Plays the ball away, and here it comes to Kadamanja. Wisely done there by Kelvin Mangiza. Olani Lovo intercepts. Still a bit of a ding-dong affair as these players are not giving each other any breathing space. Benyu shielded. Tulani looking for his colleague on the right hand side. The referee intervenes and it will be a free kick just outside the center circle. Yeah, youngsters coming in to watch and enjoying themselves in colors of their choice. Bebe to Kolani. Ndlovu. Bebe will post it forward. Chested down well. It's chicken in as they try to find their way through. Taramba will pick up the ball. Slips it once again, and in the end is taken away by Caps United. This one they are looking for Junior Bunjira, heavily depending on his energy and pace. Bunjira to Benyu. Milanzi. Back to Benyu. And in the end is taken away. Bebe is penalized for that high boot by the referee Kalota. So this will be a free kick to Caps United. Manokore responsible for all set piece duties, as we see there. The Caps United defender Milanzi trying to control it. Here's a family enjoying themselves at Rufaro Stadium. These are sides that we would like to see, you know, to make our game a family game. And those are the signs that we should display to the rest of the world. Clearance done, but Musi forced backwards. And in the end, this one will go straight to Kangwa. I thought he was going to throw a dummy, but decided to play it. Itai Mabuno clears the danger. Charamba calling for it, but taken away by Benyu. Here's Milanzi. Back to Benyu. Bunjira was calling for it. He slips but guides it backwards. A heavy touch from Milanzi, who thinks that he was fouled. He's gone down, and the ref has stopped play so that Milanzi can be attended to. And hopefully it's nothing serious, Willie, because I know Ian Bakala would like to make some tactical substitutions. This is the offense. Yeah, Charamba came in. I don't think there was any malice in there. It's unfortunate, being a physical game, you do get such kind of injuries.
Yeah, the good news that is up and about, that is Milanzi, and as you can see, Israel Nerera, the fourth official there, preparing to have him back on the field of play.
Yes, indeed, and once again there, chicken in fighting and fighting. Genius Mtungamiri wins the tussle. Free kick. Here's the captain now, preparing to dispatch it. Right in front of the Chicken Inn technical bench. Headed away. Bamusi, no support. But he takes it away on the far side. Bamusi is a little bundle of energy. Typical example of a player that will fight to the very end. Corner kick once again to Caps United. Most of it has been coming from Phineas Bamusi, but goals are hard to come by. And once again, Donovan Bernard organizing his defense. This one is cleared massively by Tulani. So this will be another throw-in from the far side. And he's taken into the center. Makotore plays it square. Milanzi finds Kadamanja. United now drifting forward. Kadamanja to Mubiala, who can't control. Makotore beaten in the air. Milanzi takes it away. Lovely play on the far side, and in the end I think The chicken in player got a slap in the face. Nothing more. Yeah, that is Itai Makopa. Take a look at it. Yeah, Milanzi left him with a slap in the face, and that didn't please Kalota at all. So that will be a free kick to the Gamecocks. 0-0 the scoreline as we drift towards half-time.
And Stanley, Tandongwen has doubled FC Platinum's lead at Mandava Stadium, and Ruziwe has equalized for Bigita Minerals against Dynamos at Gibo Stadium. So it's Dynamos 1, Bigita Minerals 1.
Yes, indeed. And talking of Tandongwen Zingwenya, he's the one who excited us when we played our game against Mozambique, scoring twice. And he continues to do that. Let's hope he continues to progress, and when the Africa Cup of Nations is being played, the young man will be fine and fit and going through that rich vein of form, as we see young Junior Bunjira being forced into a stumble. So this will be a free kick. Kadamanja to take it. Kadamanja trying to find Mubiala, a bit too heavy. Wisely headed back to Bruskangwa. Mubiala once again. We're drifting towards half-time, and having watched Mubiala, is he someone that you think will get a goal for Cape United?
Honestly, Stanley, if I was in Bakala, I would throw in Redo Chinyigete, the veteran, during the half-time break, because I'm sure Chinyigete will offer much better than what this Mubiala is doing at the moment. Not that he's a bad striker, but he's not getting the chance, or he's not getting that enough pace and tactical ability to expose that chicken in defense.
Well, I do have problems with the way that he wants to receive the ball. He lacks the first touch. And confusion there. Oh, lovely clearance there by Makotore. As Cape United come through with Jean Mutudza, he does well to avert the danger. And more fans in the VIP stands. At the moment, it's the only section that's got seats. So most people rush in there to enjoy the comfort. Here is Bebe for chicken in. Finds his captain, Ndlovu. On the near side here, Charamba. Back to Ndlovu again, trying to play a through ball. But Kadamanja read it very well and guides it back to his goalkeeper, Odai. Stephen Kwaku Odai in between the sticks for Cape United, forcing Harmony Nare on the bench. Good header. This one falls kindly back again for Charamba. Tulani, but misdirects it. And again, Kelvin Mangiza has given away possession. Oh, wonderful save, but he's very nearly there. And finally cleared away. My goodness me, I thought it was in. But Kwaku Odai has earned his wages there for Cape United. Wonderful save. It could have been 1-0.
Could have been 1-0, to be honest, and that was a brilliant save by Stephen Odai, the Ghanaian goalkeeper, there in your picture there. He made a very good save, and I'm sure after that it also came off the post when the follow-up was made. Let's have a look at it again there. Brilliant save, off the post, then it was retaken there, off the post again.
And of course, some of the top goalkeepers watching will tell you that is a worldie. That was a spectacular save. Stephen Kwaku Odai, well, I had my doubts, but after this, Willie, I'll slowly start changing my mind. That is only if he can be consistent.
Yeah, he needs to be consistent. He's a very, very good goalkeeper. It's only that Cape United have been having a fair share of their own problems, especially in defense. Like you mentioned earlier on, that Manokore started the season playing as a defender, but you can see that he's more comfortable playing at the middle of the park, which is his natural position.
Yes, indeed. And that was Energy Mrambadoro just directing operations to his players. The referee explaining to Cape United the two-man wall of Junior Bunjira and Makotore. And this one is a dangerous free kick. Captain Kolani Ndlovu and Charamba. The kick comes in. Well defended. Back to Kolani Ndlovu. Tulani. And his touch is a bit heavy. Goes straight back. My word. What was the hurry? And again they lob it over the goalkeeper. Chicken in. Didn't have much possession for the best part of the first 45. But in the last 2-3 minutes, they could have easily scored twice.
Yeah, especially on that golden opportunity that was presented to Makopa. I couldn't imagine that he is the man who scored 4 goals against Quaker United. Maybe that sums up that it was Quaker United who are bottom of the log. But I'm sure he should have done better there. And look at it there. He's looking everything, the technique. He was also leaning backwards, and even the way he tried to chip the goalkeeper from inside the box. I'm sure he should have gone for his losses.
Odai now bouncing the ball a couple of times, trying to play downfield. And one of the reasons why Manakore is playing in the middle of the park is because Tanaka Shandirwa, the man who plays in that position, he picked up 3 yellow cards. That's why he's not playing, he's suspended. And there they come back once again. Chicken in, trying to play the ball. Tulani does well to find support on the far side. Benyu to his captain Bamusi. But chicken in are stubborn. Mangaira slips past one man and he cannot get past his marker. Free kick awarded to Cape United deep inside their own half. It's almost level with the edge of the penalty box. And Kangwa is now asking for a replacement match ball, which he gets. And in this day and age of multi-match balls on the field of play, it's fairly easy. And just a minute of added time here at Rufaro Stadium. Esbenyu wins it, but he came up with a dangerous tackle. So that will be a free kick. For a moment I thought that Dominic Jaricha will take it. Chicken in now starting to push forward. Kolani Ndlovu. It's actually Kolani Ndlovu in possession right now, and the ball is played back to Charamba. Jaricha. Mabuno. Bamusi stops it. And Chicken in beginning to enjoy a bit of meaningful possession. Junior Bunjira drifting forward. He's got Bamusi calling it on the far side. Turns away from his marker. Now to Juan Mtuza, who's quite happy to go backwards and finds Kangwa keeping possession. Mtuza once more. Makotore playing as the anchor man. Back to Bruce Kangwa. Cape United are trying to find their way forward. And Mabunu plays it off his man, and a bit of a ding-dong affair. And a free kick to Chicken in for a foul on one of their players. Writhing in agony, and we do hope that it's nothing serious. And the players up and about.
Talent Chambogo has scored from Ngezi Platinum against Manika Diamonds at the Baobab Stadium.
Wow, those are the scorelines coming from other centers. They are getting goals here. We're still goalless, and the referee, Patrick Kalota, blows to end the first 45 minutes. Not a very exciting one, but of course, Cape United had their moments. Then Chicken in, I think in the last 10 minutes, they could easily have stolen 2 goals here. But your thoughts of the first 45, Willie?
Yeah, I think Cape United were the first to threaten the Chicken in goal. That was Donald Benavan. was looking in 6s and 7s. There's a bit confusion, not controlling his box well. Even his defense, he was not commanding so well, but they still failed to capitalize on the number of 6 corner kicks they managed to get and the half chances which they got to Masbiala. And in the last 5 minutes, it was Chicken Inn who should have at least capitalized. Apart from that brilliant save from Stephen Odai, I think nothing much to write home about in this game. It remains 0-0 at Rufaro Stadium.
Yes, 0-0 at halftime as we cross over back to the studio with Valentine Mapugo.
That first half of an encounter, two sides sizing up each other, two sides that have had opportunities to take the lead, but none could break that deadlock so far this afternoon. But not a boring game, but a game that has seen chances being created, and of course brilliant save coming through also from Caps United goalkeeper, that is Kwaku Stephen Odai in that one. And I still have my two match analysts to unpack and look at how the two sides exerted themselves in the first half and how they'll foresee the second half going, and who will pick maximum points, or it will be ending in a stalemate. I still have Chief Justice Majavi. Jussie, your first 45 for Caps United in this encounter, the home side.
Yeah, it's a they lived dangerous in the last quarter, but they started very well, pushing up, and they got so many corners, 5 against zero, and this shows they've been going forward, but they are not utilizing on the right side where there is Bunjira. He's just running, he's looking down. He should make some quick decisions. On the left, it's sticking a little bit with Bamus. That's where they got most of their corners from. But he stopped what he was doing from the beginning. He was running defenders down, but then now he is no longer running down the flank. He's turning and coming back into the middle, and less chances created within the goal area, of which Cape Town are now struggling in the middle here and there, where there is Joanum Tuza and Eric Manokore. They are not clicking as expected. We've seen Benyo doing well here and there, but it's all about making foul. They are not keeping the ball. Maybe it could be the fact that the pitch is bumpy as well, so they are not stable. They are not getting the clean balls, so and so forth. Bound to make mistakes at the back. Also, you've seen Odai Steve with some great save. He kept them into the match.
And of course, Beggy, we look through the highlights as well, and I'm sure looking at Chicken Inn, how they played, they would love to begin the second half how they ended the first half rather than how they began the first half.
And definitely how they started. And I think for Caps United, that's that free kick they took, I think, it's really a free kick from the training ground where they have been working on it. Unfortunately, it just go over the bar, but at least you could see there's something which had been worked in. I think these are some of the things which you want to see. And also for Chicken Inn, good ball control, yes, and 10. And the goalkeeper,
very lucky there.
Very lucky, and it seems the Chicken Inn players, they're just sleeping. Is it because maybe of their both football boots? What really is the problem? Because I've seen about 2-3 players just going down, showing that they are sleeping, which is not on.
And of course, one would have thought maybe sprinklers had come on and they are wearing the wrong boot. But chances, Chicken Inn had some of the better chances as well. They could have easily punished Caps United. As we look at these chances, wow, this one missing the target, but a good drop back and try to place it on the far post there.
Like when you look at the Caps United, look at those 3 defenders. You can see they are just standing on their own without having to pick the opponents. And as a result, it's very easy for them to be opened up, and they are lucky to not to have been scored in the first half, especially.
And of course, that's Tulani Joseph as well, former Caps United, and another brilliant serve from Kwaku there. He really pulled that one out of probably destined for Cape Justice.
Yeah, you can see he's there in that moment. You need the goalkeeper. Sometimes they need to save you, and there was he tried in output. Yeah, but I think you cannot make it from the pitch. It's too bumpy. The ball keeps moving, and of course you end up touching it with the last toe, and good free kick as well.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Relief.
Becky spoke about it,
Yes.
and I think it was well trained. We could say, it's something meaningful they have done. I think so. Yeah, we spoke about the goalkeeper, and I think he is a perfect goalkeeper. Yeah, because that close range, it's difficult to see it. It could have gone in.
And of course, the captain defender being bullied there in the box, allowing them to control it and let it go in his boot and allow him to turn as well, Peggy.
Yes,
Dangerous.
the defenders are. I think they are really in trouble. They are in sixes. They are not really picking the way they should be. And also, I think to make matters worse, I think you mentioned before we started that they will be missing Shandiro. And I think from the first 45 minutes, we can obviously say they are missing Shandiro, because in midfield we are not seeing that blocking the defense, making sure that he breaks the attacks of the opponents, and as a result, it's just a highway for Chicken Inn, such that if they were more accurate, I think they should have scored 2 or 3 goals.
And of course, speaking about Shandiro, missing in the team, does it give a bit of pressure to Kundai Benyu because he's been fouling a lot? Nonetheless, he's featured in moments of brilliance here and there, but he's been fouling a lot. Is it the pressure that he needs to, do the dirty work like what Shandiro does when he's in the team?
Yeah, of course, because if you see with Shandiro, he always gets some room. Shandiro covers a lot of spaces for him, and going up front. It also his duty, but right now he's not getting the ball. He's just looking for the ball, and he's not the type of a play for Benyu. He doesn't have that engine, so he's bound to make a lot of mistakes and a lot of fouls in this game. So Shandiro could be a miss out in the Cape United midfield. You need someone, like Becky said before, that you need someone who can break the attacks and get you going forward. And
of course, outstanding for Chicken Inn's Tulani Joseph. I'm sure we spoke about him in the first half, and it looks really, really commanding in the big golf park, particularly in the final quarter of that half.
Yes, definitely. Tulani Joseph's doing very well, and for I think Joe Antipas, you can see that they are really he's trying to do something with the team. Unfortunately, the goals are not really coming, and at the end of the day, if he loses the game or draws the game, everyone will always look at him and say, what is the coach doing? But when you see them playing, you can see there's something, there's shape, there's balance in the team itself. You see that they want to go up to attack, and when they're attacking, it's not a direct attack. At times they even use both their wings.
If we were to go by history in the Castle Premier Soccer League, Cape United at Rufaro Stadium, Cape United are now facing the goal, Jesse, that has taken most goals in the season so far, that is the City end. You feel fancy that they'll be very lucky in that regard, something statistically that you can look into?
Yeah, of course, even last season, they scored many goals in the City end.
Yes.
And if you're also taking a look at the Highlanders game, they came back in the same goal. And many games versus Dynamos as well, same goal. And I think that there they can pull out something. And he, of course, he's been letting a lot of goals that City end.
Coach Peggy, does it work in the psychology of the players? I know you as a coach, and you're having this kind of statistic, and you're in the dressing room. Is it something that you tell the boys just to get them up?
I'm sure if the coaches also have realized that, and they might try to use it as a psychological way of saying, guys, let's go and get goals where it is easier to score, because the other end is a bit on the difficult side. That on its own, I think, might even push them. But definitely for Cape United, the coaches, I'm sure they will be really ranting and trying to say, guys, especially in the middle of the park, let's try to be more comfortable. Let's not rush. And even those mistakes where we have said we've seen more fouls from Benyu, the coaches will be trying to say, be yourself and try to play a role which you play every time, and you'll get something.
Let's look at the teeth for Cape United going up front. Most would agree that Mabiala, he hasn't really come to the party as a lone striker up front. There, he has had chances where he needs to hold play, but he hasn't been able to do that because of his poor first touch.
Yeah, it's difficult, a combination of many things are lacking. The ball control, the setting up for himself, the appearance itself is difficult. Whether you are giving him a 2-feet ball, you need as a striker to keep, and you should take advantage of the wingers who are fast. Sometimes make a good touch and make it into the space so that they can make a square ball for you. But now you can see they miss Manondo. They needed Manondo in these games, and in this setup, the type of play they're trying to under Bakala. I think Mobiala is difficult for him. Maybe you need compliments as well, and very, very good support coming from the midfield also as well, where there is Benyu who is far away from him. Maybe it can improve his game, but now it's a shortfall for Cape United up front.
Let's go to Joe Antipas. What does he need to do? Because he ended this game controlling it. Cape United started like house on fire. They looked to dominate, but they fizzled out, and Chicken Inn came in and exerted themselves very well. They could have taken the lead if it wasn't for the goalkeeper's brilliance for Cape United.
Yes, I'm sure for Chicken Inn, what the coaches will try to do is to say, fine. I think for the first, let's say the first 15 minutes, let's try to put as much pressure as we can. Let's pressurize our opponents as much as we can, and see how things go.
Indeed, as we see Alois Bunjira going to the Cape United president for Nigeria there, maybe sending a few, words to him, say, no, don't worry, it's going to give in the second half. We're probably going to win this one. But if you are Joey Antipas, how do you react to this now? Because you desperately need 3 points.
Yes, I think the first 15 minutes, definitely Chicken Inn will not interfere with the team, because the team ended playing very well. So what they just need to do is continue from where they left. Then later on, maybe might decide to say, can we bring in a striker who can try to give us something? Jesse,
Bakala needs 3 points. He needs his first win for Cape United. Could this be the time? Yeah, 2 wins, second win really for Cape United.
Yeah. I think you need also this win. You need this win, and I would push, like we said, this time second half they are scoring the City end, and you should at least push them and get a goal earlier, especially soon after the break. You need a goal to settle the nerves. Besides that, you have seen how dangerous Chicken Inn became, especially the last quarter before half time. So you just need a goal to unsettle them. If they gain momentum in the 70th minute, it's going to be difficult to get a goal. Otherwise, get punished.
Indeed. Let's look at Beggy. Where does Bakala look at from the bench, from your analysis, where they need to change Cape United to win the maximum points, all 3 here?
I'm sure he has to look, especially on his midfield as well as up front. I think he has got Shintuli on the bench. It is an opportunity for him to bring him, so that at least maybe he can try to shake up a bit. And also between Mutuza and Benyu, he should make a decision to say who should play closer to the striker, and the other one will be more of a defensive. In this way, in this case, maybe we'll ask Mutuza to be defensive, while Benyu should be a bit loose, so that at least those half chances which they get, Benyu might utilize and get a goal.
Indeed, we have seen he can score them as well, as the two teams are coming back here for the second half as they go through the warm-up before the start of the second half there. Cape United making sure that they get their sharpness right in this one. They really need the 3 points for this one, because we're looking at the other game that is at Gibo. Bikita Minerals taking on Dynamos 1-0 in that one. Cape United will be happy that they're drawing, because earlier on Dynamos were leading in that one. They won't want the Dynamos to start winning, because it puts pressure on Cape United.
Yeah, definitely. The result itself, it's you never know what happens at Gibo, but the Cape United should win their game, convincing, and because anything can happen. Dynamos sometimes they can shock, they can give a different result, and of course it's needed. Yeah.
All right, that's it from us. Stanley Katande, it's over to you for the second half of this match day 15 of the Castle Premier Soccer League. Cape United taking on the Gamecocks. Chicken Inn.
Geez, they should at least have had a goal or two, but then Chicken Inn will turn around and say, look, we also had our chances with 5 minutes to go. The goalkeeper Odai had to be called on to make a spectacular save, and then another failed lob coming from Itai Brighton Makopa. We're underway here at Rufaro Stadium as Mabuno clears. Bebe plays it wide to the far side, and a good block there by Milanzi. Oh, he's been a victim of some late tackles, Milanzi. I think the ref should try and protect him. He's a very skillful defender, and every time he beats his marker, they hack him down from behind. Look at that. He was hacked down, so a free kick will come for Cape United in a goalless situation. This is the man I'm talking about, Wesley Milanzi. Dovu has done well to take it away. Vua. And in the end, Tulani failing to fasten on the ball, and a massive clearance out of danger by Kadamanja Brian. The technical bench of Chicken Inn with Joy Antipas puffing his favorite cigarette. Alongside him is Energy Mrambadoro, the former Zimbabwe international goalkeeper. He was the first goalkeeper to qualify for the Africa Cup of Nations with Zimbabwe. And, he impressed immensely during that tournament, only to falter when we played Cameroon. Joe Antipas played for Acadia United and was a right back for the Zimbabwe national team early during independence. And I remember their rivalries with Dynamos here at Rufaro Stadium in cup games. This place would be full to capacity. But nowadays we have to count the thousands, possibly on one hand. Long throw. And in the end, another effort once again, and chance here for Chicken Inn, my word, Charamba. What a miss. He must have had a rush of blood to his head. Surely it was easier to score than miss.
I can't believe my eyes. He was right at the edge of the 6-yard box. Why was he going for power? He should have just picked his spot there. But the goalkeeper was badly exposed. Yes, Bruce Kwangwa tried to come and have a block there, but he was too late. He should have scored there. He does need the instincts of a striker. And Michael Charamba, during his good old days, I'm sure he should have found the back of the net from that range.
Yes, indeed, Charamba knows that he should have done better. Makotore to Junior Bunjira. Skipping past one man, lays it wide on the far side. A good run by Bamusi. Keeps the ball in play. The cross will come, and in the end, the corner kick. That's why everyone is running into the box.
Yes, Bamusi was claiming a handball on that delivery that was deflected for a corner kick, but the referee insists that it's a corner kick.
Corner kick, which will be taken by Cape United. And a chance here for United to create danger. I can see there Donovan Bernard being distracted by the sun. Paul played on the far side. The clearance comes in, doesn't go very far. Milanzi trying a pile driver. This one headed on, neatly brought down. Makotore does well. He finds Bamusi. The cross looks good. And in the end, this will be taken away by Genius Mtungamiri. But doesn't play it well. And in the end, he's taken away now, back by Chicken Inn. And in the end, Chicken Inn have been given a free kick.
Actually, it's Milanzi. Milanzi is down again.
Yeah, Milanzi, let's take a look at how it happened. Yeah, this is
There is Milanzi.
Yeah, this is Milanzi, the effort that brought him down. Yeah, he's lucky that the knocks are not serious enough to have him substituted, but he's doing a fantastic job on the right-hand side of defence for Cape United. Free kick. It's taken long and straight back to the goalkeeper, Donovan Bernard. We've played 5 minutes into the second half. To those of you joining us for the first time, still 0-0 as Bernard plays this one forward. And it's Kangwa very nearly taking too long, and he could have been punished. Bamusi. Kelvin Mangiza. Them choose their losing possession. Mangaira has finally plays it through. This is Makopa. A chance now for Chikanin as they play the ball to the near side, finding Charamba. Charamba turns one way, then the other. Still Kelvin Malinda and Mangiza in contention. Mangaira drifting into the area. Plays it back and the chance. Oh dear. Oh dear. What on earth was Jaricha trying to do there? I think he was caught in two minds. Taking a shot from afar and floating the ball into the box there, because that ended up being a meaningless effort.
Exactly, maybe a miscue or some sort, but there's a second look again laid to him by Mangaira. Very well placed, and it came off his outside of his boot and way out for a goal kick to Cape United, which was sweet news to Odai.
Yes, indeed, sweet news to Odai, who was forced to end his wages in the first half when Chikanin had some great moments. And the Cape United player is down. I think it's Kadamanja. And he goes down in a tussle with Hitai Makopa. Yeah, he was holding his shoulder. But he's up and about and ready to take that kick. You can see him just moving his left shoulder. Brian Kadamanja with a good long searching effort. This one comes to Junior Bunjira. It was a heavy one for Benyu, who tried desperately to play it. Again, a lovely play coming in from Chikanin. Charamba now turns away from his marker, lifts it up, but taken away by Bamusi. Makotore very calm on the ball, and Bamusi anywhere goes. Mabunu. And this one picked up by Beppe, who slipped. It could have been disastrous for him. And in the end, Kadamanja making a rare mistake, and this one allows Michael Charamba to go forward. He's got Mangaira on the far side, who gets the ball now. Good cross by Mangaira. Wide on the far side. The header! Just wide, my word. Of course it would have been disallowed by the referee. But that was Genius Mtungamiri missing the ball from inside the 6-yard box. What's wrong with our striker? Just place the ball in the back of the net.
At times they opt to be skillful or tactical in front of play, but during the days of Maronga Nyangela Shekitauro, what matters most is to have the ball at the back of the net. Whether you use it the back of your foot or maybe toe poking it, just guide the ball in the back of the net. No need to be stylish.
Yes, indeed, they missed the golden opportunity there. And earlier on, it was Michael Charamba who went for power in front of an empty goal.
Yeah, Stanley, at times it's better to have a goal disallowed for offside than to count it as a missed chance, as a off-target shot.
Mabuno plays it to Bebe. Cleared it forward. Looking for support. The flick header comes in. Benyu will bring it down. Beats his marker, Bamusi. Now goes forward. Junior Bunjira calling for it. It's a very heavy one for Junior Bunjira, who manages to keep the ball in play, but Kolani Ndofu will take this one out. And in the end, Milanzi with an acrobatic clearance, but the whistle had already gone. Free kick to the Gamecocks. 0-0 the scoreline here at Rufaro Stadium. Chikanin the Gamecocks in gold and black. Here is Ndlovu Kolani clipping the ball forward. into enemy zone. It turns once again. Michael Charamba, can you bring the cross in? Beats his marker, brings in a good looking cross, and wonderful clearance there by Kadamanja. Here's a chance once again. Jaricha playing the forward. Ball picked up on the near side. Mangaira calling for the cross. He gets it. Gets past his marker. The cross looks good. Cleared away by Cape United, who are now under siege. Finally, it goes out of play. And whatever Joe Andipas said at halftime, it seems to be paying off here, because the Gamecocks have got Cape United on the ground. They are being knocked on the canvas from time to time. Long throw from Mangaira. Header inside the area. And in the end, Unjira is racing on the far side, trying to skip but taken away. And this one goes out. Throw in. And out of your picture very soon, there'll be changes on the Chicken Inn bench. And in the meantime, let's take a look at this one. And what a tackle. But then he started showboating. Bunjira came back and won the ball. This is one thing that Joe Andipas must remove from his players. Brian Makopa. Back again to Makopa. It comes into the center. This is Jaricha. Mangaira. Playing it to Michael Charamba. It's too far ahead of him as it goes out for a goal kick. And still we have a second match ball.
So Walter Vua, who called the day, and Brian Musa will be introduced.
Brian Musa comes on for Vua. I'm sure Joe Andipas is trying to sharpen his strike force with Brian Musa, a veteran who has seen it all, joining the fray. Here comes a free kick now for Mabuno. Lays it forward. Danger here! Brian Musa! Oh! What on earth was he thinking? My goodness me. I was about to say goal, but Brian Musa had other ideas. Wonderful movement into the box, and Cape United must be asking questions as to why is Chicken Inn finding all the space inside their own area with no defender in attendance. Surely this could have been 3-0, but it's still goalless, Willie.
What an introduction that would have been had Brian Musa found the back of the net there. I'm sure he had controlled the ball very well in an eye for goal, but he couldn't get his angles and his bearings quite well there. I think he should have just poked the ball at the back of the net and giving Chicken Inn the Gamecocks a good lead here as we approach the 1 hour mark here.
Yes, we approach the hour mark. Chicken Inn are piling on the pressure. Miscued clearance by Mangiza. Ball is brought down on the near side. Charamba Michael lays it on the far side. Tulani. And the cross is overcooked. Goes out of play for a goal kick to Cape United, who are now in predominant rearguard action because Chicken Inn are piling on the pressure. And out of your picture, and these fans haven't seen that as yet.
So
In comes Juan Mtuza is coming out, and Matindife joins the action.
I'm sure
Nyangatera should be the next one, as Cape United are trying to find some direction. Nyangatera is a proven goal scorer, and Mubiala calls it a day. And this is one call that you made at the start of the match, Willie, that I think Chinyengetere should have been the one playing as a gunman. And Mubiala, the Congolese, is calling it a day. He had a very difficult, 60 minutes of football. He never made an impact.
Exactly, and his first touch is what has been letting him very down there. And as a center striker, he seems to lack some bit of pace. If you lack pace as a center striker, I think things will not go the right way, especially with the pace which the game is being played at here. So let's see if Rodo Chinyengetere will justify his inclusion here with about 30 minutes of action remaining. And he has 30 minutes to deliver to see whether Cape United will. He has scored before. That is their 1-0 win over Yada at this very stadium.
Yes, Rodro Chinyengetere, the former soccer star of the year, who started his career in Wange. And here is Matindife to the far side now. Unjira does well. Chinyengetere doesn't get to it. The clearance is good. Ball headed back. Kadamanja loses it. Here comes once again Chicken in. And this shot goes over the bar. No problem there for the goalkeeper. And these fans, although they're smiling, they would like to see a goal. Let's see how this one will be taken. Kadamanja with a long effort. Headed down by Jaricha. Poorly played through. Kangwa makes sure it's safe. Matindifem finally collects, but the pass was not the best. It goes out of play. Throw in to Cape United as Milanzi prepares to take it. Still goalless. Time ticking away for both teams here if they are looking for 3 points. Matindife with a smart square pass. Makotore being urged to go forward by the fans. Here comes Makotore once again for Bunjira. The cross comes in. A miscued effort finds Bamusi. Bamusi lays it through. Comes back to Makotore, bringing in some much needed composure. Here's Bamusi. Good looking cross into the center. And this one is taken away by the goalkeeper. The ref says corner kick. The Cape United fans, clad in their green tracksuits, are celebrating. They're singing in the stands here. Expectations are high. This is the move that forced Bamusi to retrieve the ball. Good defensive work there by Chicken in. As we wait for the corner to come. Manogoro with a good looking cross. Headed in the air. Not much direction. Comes back to Mangiza. Kelvin Mangiza off a defender. Gets the second bite of the cherry. That course looks good. It's picked up on the far side. Kotoro is there! Kundai Benyu finally makes the pressure count. It's Cape United 1, Chicken in 0. The flag has stayed down. The referee says yes, it's a goal, and United are leading.
Yes, what a goal by Cape United here. Nice build up. They've been promising. And Kundai Benyu getting his second goal in the Premiership, local Premiership. And you can see his celebration there. Remember, he has spent much of his career in Europe playing for Celtic and other teams in Europe. And now he is back in Zimbabwe to revitalize his career. And remember, there it is. Good cross there. And Benyu spotting that corner kick, picking his spot. Composure by Benyu there. That's what has been lacking in front of goal, especially for Chicken in, with that glut of chances they have been earning. and could I be punishing the Gamecocks here, and can they break that jinx of always losing to Chicken Inn at Jorofaro Stadium?
Well, it looks like it's going in that direction, and I'll credit that goal to Eric Manokore. He manufactured it. What a cross. Skelvin Mangiza plays it wide. Matindi Fair's got a touch. Comes back to Gunjira. Mangiza on the run. Beats his marker. Brought down. Free kick, says the referee. And now suddenly the tide has turned. It's Caps United in charge as we take a look at the incident. And Matindi Fair was asking the question, what do you say about this, ref? And ref says it's a free kick.
And Stanley, ever since the Tendai Matindi Fair was introduced, he has injected a new lease of life into the Caps United attack. And we see now it's now Caps United all over, and the Gamecocks look to be confused and wondering what has actually hit them. And they are now in 6s and 7s, especially that defense, the confusion like a double confused pregnant cockroaches. Let's see if the delivery can result in a goal again with 66 minutes on our clock.
Yes, 66 minutes, 24 to go to the 90. The free kick will come from who else but Manokore, who has been responsible for all set piece duties. He delivered the cross that resulted in a goal by Kundai Benyu. Now he stands behind this one to create more structured mayhem inside the Chicken Inn penalty box. Here he comes now, inside the area, and Benyu's shot goes over the bar. And the clearance is taken rather too early, and it comes off, I think it came off the ref, and in the end he restarts the game with a drop ball. Mabuno clipping it forward. It's headed away by Kadamanja. Shengetere can't get to it. Mangaira taking a bit of time on the ball, and Matindi Fair top pokes it away for a throw in. Ian Bakala, the Zambian coach for Caps United, directing operations himself. Nyengetere trying to shield the ball away. Makotori once again making it look very simple in the middle of the park. For a player who has been playing as a defender, you'd expect him to find it a bit difficult. There he is now, blocking that effort. He looks fired up now. 1-0 Caps United in the lead as the throw is taken. Brian Musa had a touch, and this one comes back to Bruce Kangwa. Benyu improvises. Matindi Fe gets the ball back to his captain, Bamusi. Flicks it through for Matindi Fe. Benyu has got a touch, and Matindi Fe thumped to the ground. And the referee surely should be talking to the offending player, but decides to attend to the injured player. No problem with that. But I also think the offending player should have been spoken to by the ref, Patrick Kalota.
And Benyu was not happy because he thought advantage would have worked well for him. As you can see, that's clear sign that I have been possession, I'm attacking. We should have let the play off, and then maybe the ref will come back to the injured player or maybe to the offending player and maybe caution him or so. And also Stanley from Chisumbanje, the Greenfield Arena, Panasham Tas has given Tel 1 a lead against the Greenfield.
Yes, Tel 1. The Wi-Fi boys taking the lead. It looks like Jompano is doing a fantastic job there. And now the free kick for Caps United. The Caps United fans still singing. Donovan Bernard heading the ball away, and this one runs into touch. Musa collects, but it's cleared away by Caps United. Mangaira. Kangwa. Comes back to Kolani Nzofu. Chicken in. into the center. Ndlovu finds Mabunu, the gangling centre back. Mangaira to the near side here, finding Charamba, who can't fasten onto the pass. And this one runs into touch under the watch of Kelvin Mangiza for Caps United to take a throw. 1-0. That goal scored by Caps United midfield maestro Kundai Benyu. Foul throw, I think, is it? Shingetere was being harassed unfairly there by Mangaira. So it's a free kick as these fans are enjoying themselves clad in green, and they must be smiling deep down into their hearts because their favorite team is leading here. They need a bit of daylight with the second goal. Can they get it? Your guess is as good as mine. Here's Kangwa clipping it into the box, and it drops kindly for the goalkeeper Donovan Bernard, who throws quickly. And another effort played forward. They are now trying to pile the pressure once again as Katamanja clears the danger. Anywhere goes for him. Chinyangatere beaten in the air. Charamba will collect it. Tulani to the far side, and it's played backwards with the captain trying to get involved. Golani Ndlovu. In the end, the cross has come, headed away. Bamusi he has got acres of space before him, lays it for Matindi Fe, took his eye off the ball. That would have been a brilliant breakaway run by Caps United, but it's been taken away once more. Chicken in with their captain. They run into the box, finally cleared away. Doesn't go very far. Benyu takes the ball away, but the follow-up play resulted in him being kicked by Jaricha, who shows contrition, and the ref decides to get Benyu on to his feet. That is Patrick Kalota. Some young referees coming through the system as well, just like players. Consent fans in green. I'm sure they want a second goal to be sure of 3 points here at Rufaro Stadium. Still 1-0 with 18 minutes to the 90. Long effort. Mabunu's header doesn't go very far. Here's a chance now for Mtungamiri, rounding off his man. Still they're working through, and finally it's taken away by Milanzi, but the ref has already blown for an infringement, and this will be a free kick. As we see once again Alois Bunjira, former Zimbabwe international.
I'm sure Kundai Benyu has been yellow carded there by the match official.
But I thought he had won the ball. Maybe his momentum took him into an opponent. Yes, Ian Bakala is directing operations from the touchline. He would like to follow this up with a victory. He won last weekend, well, 2 weeks ago, before the international break. This is dangerous, and this one will roll kindly out of play for a throw in to Caps United, who are leading here by 1-0. Some changes ready to take place. Young Brandon Rendo is set to come on, but first it's just number 18, Tinashe Mushaireni, joins the action for Chicken In. Jaricha is off. Now Brandon Rendo, the young midfielder, is coming on
For Michael Charamba.
What do these changes mean to you, Willie?
Yeah, Brendan Rendo, one of your favorite players, then he's an eye for goal. He's so good. He doesn't hold too much to the ball. His first time touches are so good, and it's got great vision. This Rendo, one of the players to watch out for. I was actually surprised when he was not included in that developmental side that went to Kosafa.
Yes, indeed, I expected him to be part of it, but here he comes now. An early cross inside the area. Nobody home for the Gamecocks as Odai Kwaku takes it away. He goes down trying to clip away a few seconds. He knows that it's important to keep the scoreline as it is, as we see some interested fans with who are taking notes. Nyangatere piling on the pressure. The Gamecocks finding it difficult, and in the end Junior Bunjira is penalized as we confirm the scoreline, and the goal scorer Kundai Benyu. 1-0 Caps United. And I can see out of your picture as well that United are bringing in a defender very soon. We'll find out who comes off.
Junior Bunjira.
Junior Bunjira calls it a day. In comes Hastings Chapusha, a defender. Can you interpret that for us?
I'm sure bringing off an attacker, a winger who is lively, and bringing a defender, I'm sure that's clear signs that they are now protecting what they already have here. They are desperate for 3 points, and these 3 points will go a long way in having them out of the murky waters of the relegation zone where they are currently lying.
Yes, Ian Bakala, the Zambian, is now looking for victory here. He wants to shut shop and throw away the key so that the scoreline remains as it is. Good defensive header. And Mangaira will get this throw. Long throw for Mangaira. Bamosi. This one cleared away by Benyu. Chinyangatere. Owen quickly taken back to Bernard. And in the end, Tulani. All the way back to the substitute Mshaireni. Tulani once again finds Mshaireni. Into the center for Mabunu. Mangaira turns away from his marker. Mangaira is a dangerous player, and finally it's taken away. Benyu retains the favor for Chinyangatere. The pace is no longer there, but the skill is. Chinyangatere keeps possession. Benyu turns away from his marker. Here's the goal scorer. Finding Kelvin Mangiza, who gives away possession rather unnecessarily. And the Gamecocks restart the formula. Bebe. Into the center, Mshaireni. Back to Captain Dlovu. Wide on the far side is Tulani. Back to Mshaireni, who clips it long to the near side here. Well washed by Kelvin Mangiza. And this one falls kindly for Mabunu. Donovan Bernard is now drifting infield. Nice take there by Brian Musa. Turns away from his marker. And there now the Gamecocks have lost possession. Yes, Nyangatere all by himself. Gets a return pass to Mangiza. Bamusi joins the action. And Bamusi is sent packing. That will be a goal kick according to Kalota. Much to the chagrin of the Caps United faithfuls. They thought that Bamusi should have been given a free kick at least.
Yeah, let's have a second look at it again. I'm sure nothing much happened there. But I think he was stripped. He was stripped.
Yeah,
that should have been a free kick.
That should have been a free kick. But look, we're saying this because of the replays that we have, and that's not what Kalota is watching.
Exactly.
So
we should forgive him.
We should forgive him because he's operating in real time. He has to make a decision in a split second. And this time Milanzi gives away possession. Here comes Brian Musa, the man who should have scored a goal for Chicken Inn. He placed his effort when all he had to do was place the ball kindly. Caps United losing possession. Commotion inside the area. And finally Caps United. Well, there are too many players in the box. Oh, that was a good effort. Good effort indeed. And in the end, Kwaku goes down to make a routine save. Let's take a look at that again. That was Tulani. And in the end, just taken by the goalkeeper, who now clears massively. Benyu coming in with a high kick. Just under 10 minutes to go, plus stoppages to the 90. And the timer Bunu prepares to play it through as we see Kundai Benyu's effort that resulted in the free kick.
I need to be very careful because he's sitting on a yellow card.
Yes,
and that was a dangerous tackle.
Matindife turns away from his marker, but he doesn't have the pace. Well monitored there. Mashaireni. Brian Musa playing it on the near side. Tightly monitored by Kelvin Mangiza. And it was kindly for Donovan Bennett. Wastes no time at all and plays a long ball forward. Mangiza once more. Mabunu. Manokore. Now playing more and more as a defender. Desperate action there from Mabunu. And they chest it down. Massive clearance, and in the end, Shigani Nubigi getting a free kick in a promising position. 8 plus a bit to the 90. 1-0 Caps United in the lead. If you're joining us for the first time, we are here at Rufaro Stadium, and there's a player on the ground for Chicken Inn. And Kwaku Odai is calling on his colleagues to take up good defensive positions. Here's Manokore crossing the ball, and Benyu with a wonderful header to make it 1-0. Kundai Benyu decided to come back home so that he can get enough game time to be part of the team that will possibly go to AFCON in Morocco.
And remember, he was part of the AFCON squad that went to Cameroon with Andanumen Mapeza in 2021, where he played a blinder in the middle of the park for the Warriors.
Yes, he has got those memories and he would like a repeat of it. Who knows, that could propel Zimbabwe to the next round. We've never qualified out of the group to the next round. That will be our first step, and the next one will be to win it. But can we get to that in recent times? Well, your guess is as good as mine. Those are changes coming for Chicken Inn. Bringing in jersey number 4, Arthur Kumbirai Chinda. He's a defender. He's replacing the injured captain there, Kolani Nzofu, who is coming off. Another change. They're taking out Ntungamiri, and in comes jersey number 23, Edward Msena. Joins the fray. He's a midfielder. A long effort inside the area. This one goes away, and it's Manokore to clear the danger. Matindife. It's Nyangetere rather. Matindife is calling for it. Didn't have a good position to receive it, but he certainly has created mayhem in the Chicken Inn rear guard. That is young Matindife. Throw in. The throw is taken. This one, Kangwa, make sure it's safe. Blasted away. And it's out of play for a throw in to Caps United. Confirmation of the scoreline. 5 minutes from the 90. And the Kwaku Odai has gone down soon after making that clearance. It will be interesting to see what exactly happened. I don't think he will try to waste time here because it's not in his interest to do that. This must be a genuine injury. He's holding the back of his thigh. It looks like it's hamstring injury.
Yeah, hamstring is a very dangerous injury, and if it is a hamstring, he might not be able to continue. And if he is to be substituted, they have equally a very good goalkeeper in Amon Nare, who is on the bench. And even if he is not to recover during the course of the week, I'm sure we have some midweek games coming up, so Amon Nare might be a chance for him to reclaim the number 1 jersey at Caps United. There's the goal again. Yes,
indeed, a fantastic goal by Kundai Benyu. As we wait for the attention on Kwaku Odai, who stretched his muscle. I hope it's not a tear of the hamstring muscle. Now all Caps United players have come to the technical area to get some instructions from Ian Bakala. I don't think there's need to take chances for Caps United here. If he cannot move properly, it's only wise to bring in your reserve goalkeeper, who is equally good in Harmony Nare.
Yeah, but the way he's up and about now, I don't
Looks
think
like
it's a hamstring injury. Maybe it's just those muscles or something like that.
Could have been cramp or something.
Cramp, yeah, even cramp, yeah. But during, it's now approaching midway after the season, and cramps too catching up with players. I don't know.
Yeah, it all depends on how well you are taken care of medically. Bamosi, all the way back. Kadamanja clears. Ball headed to the far side. Milanzi. Rendo. Good chest down. Turns away. And the long ball forward once more. Kangwa gets up and gets it. Manokore. Is a calming influence inside in the middle of the park. And Chinyangetere lost possession of the ball momentarily and penalized by the referee. But there's one thing that Chinyangetere has brought. Pressure on the defenders of Chicken Inn. Mabunu and Bebe are now having to think twice before they can do something. Chinda back to Mabunu. Oh, that was a good header. And Rendo brings in a good looking center. And again Brian Musa sliding tackle brings him down. Well, he's taken the ball according to the referee. Kalota. We have the privilege of replay. We would like to see whether he got the ball cleanly.
Even before the replay, I think it was clear the defender won the ball and took it away.
Yes.
Maybe we need to have a second look to avoid any doubts, but I give benefit of doubt to the defender, and good call from the referee, according to me.
Free kick to Chicken Inn after Brian Musa was brought down. Here is a wonderful 1-2. Let's see. I think he got the ball.
Yes, that's Hastings Chapusha, the one who was substituted, the substitute defender, yes.
Yes. I think he earned his wages on that occasion. Free kick to come for the Gamecocks. To be taken there by Mashaireni. Brings it into the center. Commotion inside the Caps United area. And they've defended it well. Back to Mashaireni once again, who turns one way. and finds Rendo on the near side. Oh, that was a dangerous ball, but near side assistant referee, that's Dominica Melusi, had her flag up for offside. It was a very early flag. And a free kick for Caps United. 4 minutes of stoppage time. 4 minutes for Caps United to claim all 3 points. And 4 minutes for Chicken Inn to find an equalizer. It will be a long 4 minutes for Caps United. They'll be desperate to record back-to-back victories. Remember, they won last time in Mutare, a 1-0 victory over Manica Diamonds. The Ian Bakala wants to see that happening. Martin Dife twisting and turning, but the ball is taken away from him as they come through. The Gamecocks, Jace Charamba, guided backwards, and in the end Benyu shied away from the tackle, realizing that look, he's on a yellow card, and a sliding tackle for Caps United by Hastings Chapusha, who certainly has solidified the defense for Caps United. Those are 2 vital tackles, the one in the box and this one to play the ball into touch for a throw-in, which is taken long by the Gamecocks, headed away by Eric Manokore Bamosi. And in the end, Caps United with Nyengetere, Martin Dife finding Bamosi, turns away from his marker, back to Martin Dife, and this one comes back once again to Benyu. The chance looks good, nobody home for Caps United. Oh dear, surely this would have been a wonderful effort, and young Rendo miscued his effort. It goes out of play. Throw in to Caps United. Kelvin Mangiza to take it. And the Caps United fans are in full voice, you can hear in the background. Mangiza taking as much as time. 2 of the 4 already played. And according to the ref, he's coming to discipline Kelvin Mangiza, Willie.
Yeah, for time wasting. That's a needless yellow card. Remember, when you accumulate 3 of those, you'll be suspended. As you can see that they are missing one of their influencer or midfielder, Tanaka Shandiro, who picked up his 3rd yellow card away to Manica Diamonds at Sakuba Stadium last week but won. So these yellow cards, they will hound you one day. And Stanley FC Platinum leading ZPC Kariba by 4-0 at Mandawa.
Oh, it looks like the Pure Platinum boys are now back in business. Here it is now, finally cleared away into touch. Throw in. And another change is coming for Caps United. Out of your picture, Chintuli is about to come on, and they're pulling out the goal scorer, Kundai Benyu, who is only going to miss about 30 seconds of this match. Kundai Benyu has had a very good afternoon, Willie, scoring that goal, and of course the work that he has done in the middle of the park. Here's the goal.
Yes, there it is again, and yes, seem to be scoring important goals here. An equalizer against the Dynamos in the derby, and giving them precious 1 point. And today, if it stays like this, 3 points confirmed, and that's 3 points for Caps United. And could I just go a very good one? I could see the director and club owner Faraj just behind me is very ecstatic and very happy as we are waiting for my co-commentator here. Stanley Katanda is going down pitch side for the post-match interviews here, and there is a glimpse of Caps United players and supporters on the bench there. They are very happy. Kundai Ben Junior picture with a goal that gives Caps United the precious 3 points here at Rufaro Stadium. That's the celebration from the City End Stadium, popularly known as the Caps United Bay, and the only Caps United in the pitch remaining there. They're celebrating this match as if they've won a cup match here. Brian Musa in your picture there, the man who missed a glorious opportunity to give Chicken Inn the lead when he was introduced. That could have been a very good introduction. And celebrations continue for Caps United at Rufaro Stadium, winning by 1-0. Caps United won and Chicken Inn the game comes nil. So Makepe 2 consecutive wins for them. And Stanley Katsande, I can see, is now down pitch side there, preparing to have post-match interviews with the 2 coaches there. And I can confirm that Tubilde Jabani scored the 4th goal for FC Platinum at Mandava Stadium, with FC Platinum winning by 4-0. So Nomen Mapeza finally having goals at Mandava Stadium, and Bigita Minerals and Dynamo sharing the spoils at Gibo Stadium 1-1. So we are preparing to go down pitch side. Joy Andipas Mafero joining Stanley Katsande. Over to you, Stanley.
I mean, there you are, losing by 1-0. But I must say that, for the entire match, you had control of the game. Where exactly did you go wrong?
Just to sum it up aptly is that we missed our chances. I counted 4 clear chances and we didn't take one. Caps got 1 chance, they finished us off. And that's the story of our lives. That's how our games have been going. So look at Lady Luck. It's just not on our side. The team is playing well. We're doing great, good football. But the end result is a win. And it's not just about the good football. At times you got to come up with ugly wins. You just got to get over the line. So we didn't get over the line. That's how football is. It's so cruel that if you don't take your chances, then you get punished. 1 chance, they score, the game is over.
But how do you hope to correct this? Are you going to bring in more strikers? Are you going to, train the guys once again? How are you going to get over this?
Yeah, the most important thing is that we got to bring in a couple of new strikers as well. Because if you look at the team defensively, we sound. Midfield, we got grafters and fighters. In attack, we are blunt. And that's in our games, that's how we've been coming short because of the missed chances. Every game, we count in 2-3 missed chances. And then we get punished 1 chance, we are down.
Indeed. Of course, that was Joey Antipas, mourning the missed chances because they created a lot of chances, but then they couldn't take them, those chances. And we hope that next time they will be able to get the much-needed goals. And he talked about getting new players to play as strikers so that, they will be able to utilize the chances that they do have here. And in a moment, I'll be talking to the winning coach, of course, Zambian Ian Bakala, who is making his way to this spot so that we can talk about how he saw the game, progressing. And it certainly has been a good day for him in the office. I remember he won 2 weeks ago at Manica Diamonds by the same scoreline, and to record another victory after Caps United had missed so many chances, it just goes to show that, look, he's doing a fine job. Here he is now. Congratulations, Coach Ian. And it was a wonderful afternoon indeed after winning this match by 1-0. How do you sum it up?
Well, thank you very much. I think the boys worked hard, and it's not easy where we are, fighting with the team. We had some points, but I give credit to the boys. The first half we didn't start well, but despite second half, I think we improved after we made those subs, which is good for us, and I'm happy for them. Now we just have to focus on the coming game.
I realized that in the second half, Caps United were a slightly different team. What exactly did you say at halftime?
Well, I think the other team was just playing long balls. But for us, I think we told the players that they have to put the ball down. The only ball, I think, and the goal we can score is by playing, of which I think the guys who came in, they did a wonderful job, and we got a goal from that.
And looking at your substitutions, you ended up bringing in Rodro Chinyengetere and Matindife. They did make quite a difference with Chinyengetere stretching the defenders and Matindife creating havoc, for the opponents in the middle of the park. Are you happy with what you saw?
I'm very happy. I think it starts in training. We plan. If it doesn't work, I think we've got options now. Where we have seen even Martin Dife, he came in, we scored. Even the last game we played in Mutari, he was the one who created the goal, which is good for us, and it's working for us. But we still have a work.
You consider to be a successful season at Cape United since you came back to the team that you played for?
Well, it's a good thing first, and I want to bring the glory I left as a player, but I want to bring it now as a coach. I think a lot will come. Despite this time, I found a team like this, but I'm going to make them happy so that the glory comes back again.
Any chances of new players joining the team?
Obviously, they'll be here, I think, in the second round, but at the moment, we just have to work on the players we have.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
That was Ian Bakala telling us that there are chances that he'll be bringing new players to the team, and possibly the good old days will be back for Cape United. I'm Stanley Gatsande. Thanks very much for being with us, and join us again tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Stan, for that one. A match indeed. Cape United getting the maximum points. Becky getting it right by 1-0. Finally, Kudai Benyu getting the solitary strike, and obviously the 3 points for Cape United in this one. A big win for them that certainly does ease the relegation fears for them, and also takes away a bit of pressure from Cape United. And of course, Becky, looking at that encounter, your overall summary of how the two teams played.
Yes, there is a game where you say this game should have been won by so and so, but unfortunately, scoring a goal is what is key. And the Cape United scored the goal, and as a coach, you look and say there is no bad win because 3 points have been collected. You go and celebrate, and that's exactly what Cape United have done. And for Chicken Inn, you create chances, you fail to utilize them. Just half chance, opponents punish you, and that's exactly what happened to Chicken Inn. And for Chicken Inn, definitely they will be going back and take their time to really think seriously how best they can turn around their season.
And of course, Jussie, how unlucky Chicken Inn in this one. They had chances to really, punish Cape United. They did put them on the back foot in the first 10-15 minutes of the second half.
Yeah, it's the nature of the game. Sometimes, like what we've been talking about, and Coach Becky highlighted it. Also, I had Joe Mafero. He also admitted that they didn't put up their chances. Last 15 minutes before halftime for Chicken Inn, they were all over Cape United. First 15 minutes from halftime up to 20 minutes maybe, they were all over Cape United. And unfortunately, they couldn't utilize the chances. Then they got punished. It's a game of scoring. If you don't make it, it's difficult for you to. We saw Musa with some chances there as well. I think the Cape United deserved now. It's because they collected 3 points. So it's good result for Cape United, despite whatever happened. In the game, it was the scoreline doesn't reflect the game itself. It was for Chicken Inn. 4 clear chances, I think, and they could have wrapped up the match, but they failed to score.
How important is this win for Cape United, Becky, going forward and going to the midweek fixtures on Wednesday and Thursday as well? And in terms of them, grinding a result, even when you play not so well, but you get the maximum points.
Yes, two wins in a row, especially for a new coach and a new technical team. Definitely, it really motivates the players, and it's really good for the team. And even the fans themselves, they are starting to say Ian Bakala is reviving Cape United, who were really struggling, and hoping the next opponents who are coming, they will be able to collect the 3 points. But definitely, if you look at the substitutions which he made, I think tactically he played his cards very well, and it paid off by collecting 3 points.
And of course, elsewhere, Jesse, we look at the match day 15 of the Castle Lager Premier Soccer League. Baobab Stadium, 1-1 it ends. Ngezi Platinum Stars versus Manica Diamonds for that one. Ngezi themselves, you know, they had to be back-tagged in the death of that encounter. How important is that draw for Jairus Tapera as well, for his survival in that what's it?
Yeah, I think it's a well-deserved point. You know, away from home and worse off at Baobab. Otherwise, it could be a different story. And it was also dangerous for Manica. You know, I think this draw can lift them up. They need to continue. They need to start collecting maximum points. Otherwise, it's going to be late. But for Ngezi, drawing is points lost. You know, they're going to be behind. You know, in some cases, they will think about this game as well.
Finally, Mapeza gets the goals. We were talking about him earlier on, Becky, when we mentioned that goals were his biggest Achilles heel all season. He's had so many draws. He hasn't been losing matches, but he has so many draws because he wasn't getting the scores. But this time around, so many goals.
Yes, I remember when he beat Cape United 1-0, I think that's when he had a problem with the journalists saying, are you worried that the team is not scoring? Rather than trying to say to him, are you relieved that the team have started scoring? Because they had scored a game on that day. And you see, as they have been going, it's either they were drawing a 1-1 draw, or they score 1-1 or like 1-0 against TL1. And when I talked to Mapeza, he was saying, I'm doing everything to try to get the goals, and I'm sure the boys will be a bit patient when they get the third half and start scoring. And the scoring 4 goals at the moment, I think it's a sign that things are starting to come up for Mapeza.
And of course, Jesse, Dynamos drawing Bikita, they could have got a win, but they missed a penalty. And of course, that puts a lot of pressure on Sol Chaminika and his backroom staff.
No, it never rains for Dynamos. It's just pouring, you know. The situation is very bad. Yeah, gets a chance, they were leading, equalize, you get a penalty, you miss. So it's a very difficult situation even for everyone. The coaches are trying, I think they're trying their best to just come into the game, get positive results, but still the positive results are not coming. Against Bikita, it should be maximum points, but as we know, Dynamos. But now you can see they're playing for a draw. Yeah.
All right, so I hope and trust that you did enjoy today's broadcast of match day 15 of the Castle Lager Premier Soccer League, where our featured match today was Caps United versus the Gamecocks Chicken Inn. Caps United winning by 1-0. I must thank Chief Justice Majavi for coming through. It's been a pleasure having you around.
Yeah, you're welcome, Valentine.
Indeed, and to Becky, thank you very much once more.
Thank you very much.
Of course, he was looking in there at that ball of magic, and he did get the prediction right. As I hope he did get the prediction right. Well, for me, Valentine Mabogo, it's bye-bye. Let's make a date again, same time tomorrow, where we give you the match. Scotland versus Kwekwe United. Make sure you stay with us on ZBC TV. From me and the crew behind the scenes, it's bye-bye for now.